since most of our community, our listeners, are university students, you've covered a little bit of the corporate environment. So, uh, if we focus now a little bit in the in university environment and just general overall, what would be your suggestions, Nick and Nicole, uh, to our fellow listeners on how to reset themselves to deal with these topics of accessibility and disability in a more conscious way, whether or not you have a disability, but just what could be the reset buttons we as human beings can turn to be more conscious and aware of disability and integrating people with disabilities and society in general.
That's an interesting question. From my side, I think it has a lot to do with perspective.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's about perhaps, how do I say this, like opening your mind up to things, or looking at details that perhaps were missed before. I think accessibility, it is a multi-dimensional thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just about having a ramp, but it's about what is the incline of that ramp. Is it someone comfortably able to get up or down that with not potentially hurting themselves because it's too steep? Or even if you are in the university, what are the bathroom facilities like, or what are the eating areas like? Would the person be able to reach the kettle or the microwave, or whatever it is that they were looking to do? So I think it's about maybe just opening your mind up, and viewing the world a little bit differently. That, if I was in a wheelchair, how would I navigate the space? Or if I had a visual impairment, how would I navigate the space? And what could be put there that would make it easier for me to be in this environment? That would be my suggestion.
Thank you.
On my side, um, I'm going to speak more on the personal side here. If you are a person without a disability, my advice would be, firstly, take some risks and speak to people with disabilities. It can and probably will be a little bit uncomfortable at the beginning, because you might be like, oh my gosh, how do I talk to them if they're in a wheelchair? Do I sit? Do I stand? And those kind of things you can ask them, and have start the conversation like that. And soon enough, you'll find that people with disabilities are dun, 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 just people. And have those conversations, and you'll see that your biases and all the preconceived ideas that you have might actually be wrong. And then that changes your or refocuses or reshifts your mindset, and says, if this is what my interaction was with this person with a disability, it could be different with another person with a disability. So take a risk, is the one. And then the other is just ask. One thing that we do in our training is we say, if you want to help a person with a disability, but you're a little bit afraid to. So for example, take Nicole in her wheelchair. She hates it when people just push her wheelchair. Like, even if she's struggling up a ramp, for someone to suddenly come up and push her wheelchair, she really, really doesn't like that. However, if you had to go to her and say, hi, I see you battling to get up the ramp. Can I help you? Or how can I help you? And then she'll say to you, yes, please, or, just do it like this, and she'll give you some guidance. And then, you've broken down that barrier, and now you've had an opportunity to engage, and maybe you'll talk about it a little bit more afterwards. But again,
Build a
just
bridge.
yeah,
Break down a
build a
barrier
bridge.
and build a bridge.
So yeah, that's mine. Take the risk, and then just ask.
Mm-hmm.